Tonight, as Maryland spends record amounts on public education, we're learning more about where some of that money ends up.
As Project Baltimore's Chris Papps found, the teachers union is getting millions of extra dollars as student test scores are dropping fast.
The Maryland State Education Association, the teachers union. It's one of our state's largest and most powerful unions with a stated mission to elevate the quality of public education for all students. But a Project Baltimore investigation has found over the past decade, the teachers union's wealth has surged, while the quality of public education in Maryland has not.
I think we have a problem.
Anaban Basu is an economist and former member of the Baltimore City School Board.
Unions do not exist to profit maximize. And if the union, in particular, the teachers unions, for instance, are elevating adults over children, then they're not the force for good that they are supposed to be, given their federal mandate, their organizational mission.
MSEA is a tax-exempt, nonprofit organization. Most of the money it collects starts as tax dollars given to schools and paid to teachers, who in turn pay union dues. We pulled the union's financial statements going back 10 years. In 2013, MSEA reported revenues of $19.8 million. By 2022, revenues had grown 34% to $26.5 million, the highest amount on record. Just last year, in 2022, revenues increased by nearly $2 million. But as MSEA's revenues have surged over 10 years, student performance has plummeted. According to federal test scores, in 2013, Maryland students outperformed the national average in fourth grade math and reading. In reading, with a 232, Maryland was tied for the highest score in the nation. But by 2022, our state had fallen below the national average in both categories. Fourth grade reading dropped 20 points. Maryland went from the best in the nation to below average. And eighth grade math and reading scores saw similar declines.
And teachers make significantly more than they used to. But then the question becomes, okay, that's fine. What is the taxpayer getting for all of this money that's flowing into the educational system? Some of it to teachers, some of it to unions, some of it to others. And the answer is not much.
But it's not just union revenues that have hit record highs. Take a look at this. In 2013, MSEA reported assets valued at $16.6 million. By 2022, the value of those assets had nearly tripled to $45.3 million. Now, to be clear, this is not the pension fund that teachers pay into. This $45 million is owned by the union, money that is supposed to be used to elevate the quality of public education. So how does all that money and all those assets help students? To find out, we sent multiple emails to MSEA President Cheryl Boast and other union officials asking for an interview or an explanation. We never heard back. No interview, no email, no phone call, no anything.
Seems like this money is just piling up. It's going to go someplace, I suppose, at some point. But at the end of the day, the test scores speak for themselves.
According to federal filings, of MSEA's $45 million in assets, more than $27 million of that is in investments in publicly traded securities. That's up from just $1.5 million 10 years ago. As a nonprofit, MSEA is tax exempt in order to fulfill its mission. So again, how does more than $27 million in publicly traded securities help Maryland students when, according to federal test scores, they need help? As of now, we don't know. The union will not answer that question.
What we have seen in recent years is our kids are falling behind. In many cases, they score below the national average. And so what does that tell you? We're taking a lot of potential educational achievement and not fulfilling or operationalizing that achievement. Something is wrong here.
If the Maryland State Education Association collected $26.5 million in revenue last year, where did the money go? Well, a huge part of it went to salaries and benefits for the employees of the union. On Wednesday, we'll show you the numbers. I'm Chris Papps. Thanks for watching. Here's another story to watch. Also, if you have a story idea, please send us a message.